Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2 was released December 4th, 2003, marking its 20th anniversary. God, I'm getting old. It was released for PlayStation 2 and Nintendo GameCube. Now, while Budokai 1 opened up with the original show's theme song, Budokai 2 has its own original opening. The Japanese version, though, has actual lyrics, while the American release is just an instrumental version of it. Which I don't mind either way, because booting up this game always gets me pumped up to play some Dragon Ball. Just a surge of nostalgia watching the opening theme never fails to give me goosebumps. Some people say that Budokai 3 has the best intro. While I do love that intro as well, I respectfully enjoy this one more. Budokai 2 is essentially treated as the middle child of the Budokai series. It was completely different from the first one. It wasn't even brought back for the HD remaster on PlayStation 3. Am I confused by that in any way? I'm gonna be completely honest and say no. Now, while I do feel that the game certainly plays better and the combat is more fun to perform than the first entry, the adventure mode, aka Dragon World, just made absolutely no sense. The first game follows the events of the show in the form of abridged storytelling and cutscenes. Budokai 2, however, has board games where you take turns moving around a map. I wouldn't mind this idea of gameplay if it wasn't trying to tell the story of the show in the most absurd way possible. There are characters and arcs that were never there, and some that shouldn't even exist yet until later on in the story. Like, why am I playing as Goten fighting Raditz? Why is Tien fighting Frieza in the Snowy Mountains and Muscle Tower? This never happened. I'm not sure why they went this route or where the inspiration for this was, but man is it mind-boggling. Like I said, the idea of the board game is fine. I like how you can grab armor or grab money to use on the shop for items that can unlock new skills and attack combinations. I even like the idea of fighting an opponent if you land on their space and trying to be strategic and getting away from them around the board. Unlike the first game where the story ends with the Cell games, it now includes the Buu story arc, if you want to call it that. You go through all of Buu's forms, you turn into Vegeta, which is a lot of fun to do, and you can try to beat Buu. And when I say try, I mean I tried to beat Buu, because bro, when I tell you that this guy was a pain in my ass, I couldn't beat him. I just couldn't do it. Once I got to Kid Buu, I said fuck it. Everything else was manageable up until that point. His previous forms were difficult for sure, but Kid Buu is a thing of nightmares. Now, I do believe that if I spent countless hours practicing on this game and learning all the ins and outs on how to be great, then I think I could definitely do it, but I am not here to dedicate my life to Budokai 2 of all games, unfortunately. I do really think that the addition to expand the arena by smashing opponents through barriers and reaching to different parts of the stage is awesome. This made for a lot of replayability to see which stages featured this. There are a lot of returning fighters such as the androids, Captain Ginyu, Cell, Frieza, Krillin, and Piccolo to name a few, and obviously Vegeta and Goku. With Budokai 2, you have new fighters like Goten, Adult Gohan, Majin Buu, Supreme Kai, Videl, Kid Trunks, and Android 20. The Saiyans can go through all of their forms and transformations during the fight just as long as you have them equipped before combat begins. I always have fun playing the fusion fighters like Vegito and now Gotenks. I like how the game has some fun and gives you the ability to fuse with other characters like Hercule and Goku, creating Gokule, or Tien and Yamcha, creating Tiancha. This makes for a lot of funny moments. And just like the first entry, tournament mode returns where you fight a series of opponents until the end, where you win money to spend on items in the skill shop to build up your fighters. I really do think that in terms of gameplay, Budokai 2 is a step up and does a lot better. I just wish the adventure mode was better in terms of telling the story. But because I understand not wanting to go back and redo all the cutscenes again from scratch like the first game, it's just the way that Budokai 2 does it is it's just weird, man. I am really looking forward to playing Budokai 3 to see how that one holds up, so be on the lookout for that video in the future. Guys, my name is Pedro Ordonez, also known as GL7. Please subscribe, comment, like, thumbs up, do whatever you guys can to support this channel. We are on our way to 2,000 subscribers this year, so thank you so much for watching all of these, y'all. Let me know what you would like to see me review in the future, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out.